Happy Friday, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to another SLG Meetup. Your host here, Alvaro Nunez, and today we're gonna be having with us another special guest all the way from London. His name is Gregory Phillips, and he's the founder and owner of Gregory Phillips Architects. It's a luxury, high-end residential architecture and interior design company based in London with 25 years of experience. They work with some of the most remarkable homes and projects, and they've been recognized internationally. Their portfolio has been touching every award, such as the RIBA Award, Grand Design Award, Best House in Europe from the International Design and Architecture Award, and the list goes on. So Gregory is going to be sharing with us their unique holistic approach to high-end residential design and everything that makes it so special, especially nowadays with what we're facing. So very exciting to have him here today, and I hope you guys enjoy the conversation.
Hi.
All right. Hey,
Hi.
what's going on, my friend? How are you, Gregory?
I'm really good. How are you?
Very good. Happy Friday.
Yeah, I'm enjoying it. How about you?
Can't complain here in Miami, sunny day and weekend ahead. So it's all wonderful. But what about you? How are things in the UK?
Yeah, well, thank you for inviting me, and thank you for bringing me to Miami now. So, like, this is the closest I can get to being in Miami.
There you go.
Talking to you, I'm remembering walking down South Beach and getting a drink at the Delano, and I love it there, right? It's great.
Oh my
So in
God,
the
yes, that
UK,
sounds amazing.
the UK's like, it's a bit optimistic this week because I'm actually booked in to get a vaccination next week. Um,
There you
So
go.
on that side of things, it's kind of going well. On the fact that I haven't seen my office all in one room for nearly a year, it's like it's hard to be with.
Well, but I think that even though we're facing a really strange situation, you've been making the best out of it. I was making a quick intro about yourself and how amazingly you've been in the luxury high-end architecture and interior design business for over 25 years in London, working with some of the most incredible projects. And throughout this last year, you've also been working on some of the most remarkable projects. So tell us a little bit about Gregory Phillips Architects, how it was born, and the things that you're currently working on.
Okay, so well, I set it up. Yeah, it's a long time ago now, and I realized I started off like many architects. I did different things. I did a bit of retail, I did some restaurants, I did some commercial spaces, and I've always worked on houses. And then about the year 2000, I got this house to do near Hyde Park in London, and it was super luxury. And I just thought, this is great. I can be that guy that the client goes to, and I can curate and organize everything. And then from then on, I realized I wanted to do the interiors as much as I can. I mean, I can work with local talent when I'm working in different locations around the world to make it happen for the client, but I like to be involved so that the interior and the architecture fit together. So in the UK, we do everything, but as I say, around the world, we work with local talent. And also the landscape, because it's like when you put bits of glass in the building, you look outside, you want it to look gorgeous. So it's a kind
Exactly.
of holistic response. And kind of like the journey was like we started working in London, and we got a lot of visitors from from out of town. A lot of people traveled, saw the most amazing work in hotels, and they wanted better than that in their houses. So we started doing that in London. Then we started doing it outside London in country houses. And then people started seeing that and saying, these are so modern, but so comfortable, so pragmatic and luxurious. This looks like it should be in Miami or Los
Wow.
Angeles. So then I thought, let's go around the world.
That's incredible. And I love the way that you work and the projects that you've been working in the last few years. I mean, the Berkshire too, I wanted to
There you go.
showcase it here. It's beautiful. Now, for some reason, the function of sharing the content, the pictures in this Instagram live is not active today for some reason. But I would like to encourage everybody that is watching or listening to please go and check Gregory's Instagram page, also their website, That's where you're going to see the portfolio because it's remarkable. And I wanted to talk a little bit about what's so unique about that holistic approach and how you're turning the vision that the client has into reality.
Yeah, so look, the thing is, I think, so a lot of my clients, they're entrepreneurs. They've been successful, and then they want to enjoy what they've got. And they don't really want an architect, they want a house. You know, they want a home. So they want someone who's thinking about all of their needs. Mm-hmm. So that's sort of the beginning point, is working out lifestyle. It's all about lifestyle. And it doesn't have to be, you know, it works at different kind of like price points, as you put it. You know, it works at different levels. You just want to enjoy what you can. So that's the kind of puzzle we solve for people. Is like how to make it the most wonderful house, enjoy the experience.
Right.
So when we can, and they have an amazing piece of land, or they have, you know, great art, we just go with the flow. We can really make that work.
And I love what you just said about the lifestyle. I mean, more people are turning into this concept of building the lifestyle that they want to have. And that's why we've seen a lot of people moving into single family homes, keeping away the condos. They wanted that space. They wanted to really be in places that fit the type of life that they want to have. So how has it been for you, and in the specific industry that you're in, which is super high-end residential? How have you seen the transition of what it was 2 years ago versus now?
You know, I think over longer than the last 2 years, I think over the years, people's expectations of what they can have increased, you know, so people want to enjoy what they can have. So, you know, I always say your house is a sanctuary, you should enjoy that, but try and enjoy every part of it. Every day, you know, try and enjoy your life, and the house is a vehicle for that. So I think people's expectations have increased, and you know, we're always trying to find that balance between things that people see around the world when they travel, and in magazines. A lot of people look a lot online, Pinterest and Instagram. They get an idea of something, and then making it fit for their lifestyle and their what their day-to-day needs. You know, so it's a kind of question of like really finding out what's important, solving it.
No, that's beautiful. And I hope that you will bring also that concept here to Miami, because it's very interesting to see how different architects and interior designers from all over the world are now coming into some of the hot destinations, such as Miami, and they're bringing this flavor that makes it so unique. So, I mean, definitely it's an idea, and obviously you have Miami in mind. We've talked about it, but when it comes to the real estate, because obviously we see a lot of people moving from the UK down here to Miami, and we're starting to see some shifting around. How do you have seen this in the next year or two? How do you see things coming along?
Oh, I think there's going to be a lot more. I think, you know, at the moment travel is complicated, and for you know, if you're in the UK right now, you shouldn't be leaving. That's the set of rules that our government has given us. So when that releases, people will want the sunshine of Miami. They'll want the fact that Miami's so hot, and you know, it's kind of different experience, 100%. So I think there'll be more moving across the pond, as it were. And you know, I think people have realized that they can build really well in lots of different locations. So the craftsmanship of something that would be in the center of London that would be hard to do in the countryside of the UK is now easier, but also that craftsmanship can travel around the world. So we can bring the best of, you know, what we can create anywhere around the world now. So Miami's a great spot. It's a great spot.
Yeah, no, it's definitely one of its kind, especially now with the demand that we're getting. It's good opportunities to start looking into new projects and even to move here. So in that sense, I wanted to also ask you, how are you using technology? Because I know we're doing an Instagram live, we're also using social media very well. I love your feed, by the way. How have you used and leveraged technology throughout this last year to continue getting demand for your projects?
So Instagram and social media is really, I think, is kind of the key, actually, because it puts you out there. So I curate my Instagram to be our projects. It's only our projects, and I'm sort of telling people this is like my own magazine, if you like. These are our projects. It's not. I haven't made it about me as a person. It's the work, you know. So it's kind of maybe unusual in that lots of times people try and promote themselves. I'm promoting the work. So I hope that in the end gives people an idea of what they're going to get from working with us. And of course, it's you know, it goes around the world, those images. And you know, we found ways to work around the world. You know, the kind of Zoom and all the communication online has just obviously completely escalated in this last year. We were doing this prior, but now it's just become so normal. So you know, we started working on a project in Northern California. I've never met the client in real life. You know, we kind of WhatsApp, we Zoom. I mean, it's like, of course, I'd rather sit around the table and have a drink. Of course I would, right? Of course I'd like to go to dinner with them. But as a way of working, we can make it happen.
No, absolutely. And you're right when it comes to how technology has leveraged the way that we communicate. I mean, you and I also, we've been doing Zoom calls, and, you know, it's a way of doing business and building the relationships these days, which is incredible because you have a much broader reach instantly. Now with Clubhouse, I mean, Clubhouse is a new boom when it comes to engaging and sharing knowledge and building connections. So I believe that nowadays, all those tools that are given to us need to be used to the max because all the people are going to start jumping into it. And now is the time to really be ahead of that curve.
Yeah, I mean, I feel like people are realizing that back in the day, you'd use the local architect because he had the local knowledge, and whatever design he had, that's what you had to have. And there might have been, there might have been a half a dozen people of the same mindset. One's a bit better, one's a bit cheaper. You know, that's your pool. Now I feel like you can choose from, like someone from me from London who's got a different perspective, but you still work with the local talent to make sure it happens. So, because we don't need to get all the fee, we don't need to do all the work. It's all about collaboration now.
That's true. Now, jumping a little bit more into the personal aspect, because I really love talking to you. You're always having a smile in your face. You're very positive and uplifted. So how do you stay so encouraged and motivated and positive throughout what we're facing? Especially in the UK, because I mean, we're the lucky ones here in Miami, but I know things are rough there.
Yeah, it's like up until the vaccine period, it's been rubbish here. You know, it's like this winter's been hard work. You know, it's kind of bad news, and it's like not optimistic. I don't know. So I think, you know, one of the things about being a designer and architect is you kind of live with uncertainty anyway. So this is an extreme version, but you kind of, like, you never know when the client calls you up. You never know if that's going to be a thing or not a thing. You know, you don't. So we have to live with uncertainty anyway. Curiously, construction has carried on. So we've been able to do our job the whole way through. And we're very fortunate the clients have sort of accepted the new way of working where we see them less and but more on Zoom. So that's all been okay. I guess the mindset thing is I've been doing this for a long time, and I still, most days feels like, okay, this is like a new challenge today. Like it's nothing in 2 months' time is clear cut. I actually have to put it on the line all the time.
Yeah, no, I mean, definitely. I see that as a very important factor to have in consideration. We need to face reality and do it the best way possible. I think you're doing a phenomenal job anyways with the projects that you have going on and the vision that you have for the company. So I'm not sure if you have any other takeaways or things that you would like to share with the audience.
So I think, you know, this new world of new ways of working and being able to pull talent from different places. You know, if you want an extraordinary result, if you want something unusual, and if you want to push the barriers, you have to do something that other people don't do. So I think it makes sense, you know, because it's the way to get something special, is have the mindset of, I want something special.
Indeed. No, I love that. That's a beautiful way of wrapping this up. And I believe that everybody that was tuning in today have seen tremendous value out of it, not just when it comes to the professional element, but also on a personal level. So I do appreciate your time, Gregory. This has been great. Everybody that is listening or watching, please make sure to follow him. He does a tremendous work in the UK, also internationally, and he's a great person, a friend as well. So
It's a
thank you
pleasure.
again.
It's such a pleasure.
Well, thank you, Gregory. I wish you a good weekend and looking forward to seeing you soon here in Miami.
100%.
All right.
Thank
Take
you.
care.
Thank
Bye,
you.
guys. Thank you, everybody.